Hey there, unfortunately I didn't get my package from China, so I cannot do any projects right now. Uh, so I decided to make a bit of review, and here we have XCam Site 2 with Bluetooth functionality. And what is this? Is basically a gimbal, 2-axis gimbal. It can rotate this way and also this way. What it cannot do, it cannot rotate in this axis, which is some of the free axis gimbal. But this is a really cheap product. So if you want to have a basic gimbal, that may be a good idea. But let's start first with removing the foil because you'd love it. Oh yeah. Here we go. So, and that gimbal is pretty much your base solution for your phone without the image stabilization. So, and it will only hold the phone as it is, because no other device like camera or other stuff it can be held by this clamp or be basically because it has to be in line, and it doesn't work without the phone. So let me start by putting in my phone over here. What you have to do is basically find a position where this is in the middle. I mean in the middle in terms of weight. So a little bit to this side, a little bit to match. It's a good idea basically to have this in the middle. And then you can turn this gimbal on and it will stabilize your phone. It also has, as you can see, it has Bluetooth functionality, and this is made possible, as you can see, it's stabilized. Using this button, this only works to angle your phone within the gimbal. What I already did, I charged it. It's only one button to turn it on or off here. It connects to your phone if you already paired it. What I already did is basically because there is a light over here, barely visible, but let me turn this off for a second. But there is also a light over here. I removed this little cover over here, put a lot of tape. I think 8 layers of tape, something like that, so it doesn't shine through this, because there are 3 very bright LEDs over here. What you may also notice, there are some, let me just put it a little bit closer. See, it's already broken over here, and this came out of the box like that. That's why I'm not angling using this anymore. There is this little this bracket over here. It can be angled more or less using this screw over here, but it's far safer. Yeah, see, screw for adjusting sensitivity. What it basically does is it will help you angle this way. How your phone is, in this instance, this phone is very well balanced in terms of forward, or this is very well balanced, not in terms of right or left, but forward and backward. So it's not needed to angle this screw at all. All you have to do is just angle it right way, and I won't be touching this hinge at all, because I don't want to break this completely. And ordinarily it would fold this little circle inside here, and you will have a flat, very flat gimbal in your pocket, which would be great, but mine doesn't have that option. And from what I saw online, a lot of those gimbals have this problem, so they are broken out of factory, right from the factory. I did unpack it. This was a new model, completely sealed and so on, and this actually had that problem. I won't be disassembling that, because ordinarily I would, if that would be in perfect shape, but I'm worried that this will just fall apart if I start disassembling. What I can tell you, it has a pretty good battery life. It's probably, if you're recording in a 4K on your phone, it will probably be a bit better than even your phone battery, so that's pretty good. You should be able to charge your phone during use, but I'm not sure how much stress this will put on the motors itself. The important part is that if you level your phone properly before use, it won't use as much battery power as it would ordinarily would use. So if I will have a little bit in the wrong directions like so, and just turn it on, it will work a lot harder to keep it level. It won't do as good job as it ordinarily would, but also it would use a lot more power, so that's pretty important. Overall it's fine, but it could be much better. But for this price, well, I actually paid because I checked with the seller and they told me that it's fine. They can decrease the price of the new one to about $12. So I pay because of this broken hinge over here. So that's a good price. Ordinarily you would pay about 20. But yeah, it's what it is. You probably want to go with a 3-axis gimbal. I will try to test it out. And also one more thing, before I go outside to show you how it looks, you probably want to turn off the, if you don't have optical stabilization in your phone, I don't, you probably want to turn off the software stabilization while recording, because I noticed that its jitters are a lot more and the image is a bit more distorted than if only gimbal do all the stabilization. That's probably because software tries to, it's really unexpected by the software that that gimbal will do all of that work, so it's not programmed that way. You may want to experiment with that if you try to record something. Let's go outside and record a bit of image. I will be also using this camera, which has a proper image stabilization, and show you the comparison. So I will have the camera at the same level as the gimbal and try to keep the image in place. So even though I would be walking or something like that, let's try this out. As you saw, it's fine. I mean, it's not great, but the image jitters, because this is the 2-axis gimbal, the image jitters left and right, which doesn't happen on a camera with image stabilization. So in perfect world, what you want to have is a phone with a really good image stabilization, optical one, and then use a gimbal, but 3-axis. So that would be really good solution for the recording. Why I do not recommend gimbals for the cameras, the digital cameras like usual ones, because they are really expensive, and if you are not a professional, it doesn't make much difference for you. At least the modern cameras are pretty good. I try to show the angling. Obviously holding the camera is really simple. The angling has to be done with this little jog here, and you probably are not sure what was the sound like, but you probably saw this while recording when I try to angle this, because it makes a little bit of noise. Overall, it's a for a $20, what do you expect? It's pretty good. But if you get something, the problem like this, I guess you just have to live with it, and I will probably glue this completely together and never angle this again, because that's the most obvious solution. It's not possible to replace this part. I didn't look for that at maybe AliExpress, but for now I cannot get any package from China, so I guess we will have to do a different topic videos. So see you guys next time. I hope you enjoyed.